All right, welcome everyone. So today I want to go ahead and show you guys how to make some meal preps, right? This is one of the biggest things that a lot of people have trouble with. A lot of times their proteins are short. They just don't know how much to cook, and unfortunately sometimes they have a lot of waste. So very simple. Some of the things we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make sure we have some containers. These you can get at Amazon. You can also go with some glass ones. I know some people prefer the glass. These are 28 ounces, which are very good, decent size. 24 ounce works as well. It just makes your food a little bit more crowded. Ideally, it's visuals too. I would go with the smaller if you want to feel like you're having a big meal. You're going to need a digital scale as well. This is very handy to measure your proteins and measure your carbohydrates. And then you're going to need some baggies. I would definitely recommend some of the smaller baggies to go ahead and pack some snacks. So very simple. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we grill all our proteins at first, right? So we want to make sure that we have a good decent amount of proteins, whether it's chicken, beef, fish, whatever you like. My preference is grilling. I like grilling because it's a lot easier, it's cleaner, and it's faster. So one thing that happens though when we grill proteins, let's say I wanted to cook 3 meals of 4 ounces, right, for 2 days. So that would be 12 ounces per day times 2, that would be 24 ounces. I would need 24 ounces of cooked meats. Now the problem that a lot of people run into is they say, okay, I need to cook 24 ounces. They go to the store, they buy 24 ounces of chicken, they cook them, and then they realize that they're short. So what happens when you cook proteins, you're going to lose about 30 to 35%. What I would simply do is I would just go slightly above just in case, and I would go ahead and get about 40% more. So what I would do is if I need 24 ounces, I would simply multiply 24 times 1.35 or 1.4, and that's going to give me the amount of raw material that I need. For rice, the yield is about 1 to 3, meaning if I need 1 cup of rice, I would simply need to cook 1/3 of a cup. The other way around, if I was to cook 1 cup of rice, it would give me 3 cups cooked. And then vegetables, variety of vegetables, I would simply go with a blanch style. Basically what a blanch is you're going to go ahead and boil water. You're going to throw the veggies in for about 1 minute to 2 minutes, pull them out, put them into an ice bath, which is basically water with ice. That's going to go ahead and stop the cooking process. And so therefore your veggies will go ahead and last a lot longer. One of the biggest problems that people have when they cook vegetables is they go bad when they're in the meals because they're overcooked. So blanching is a great style to go ahead and do that. The baggies. So what I like to use baggies for is for snacks, for healthy fats, nuts, seeds. These are great, but I also like them for protein shakes, which I call them meal replacements. I simply put oats and I put my protein in there, and what I would do is I would make a bunch of these. I would go ahead and do like 10 to 15 of these, keep them in your drawer so that way you're not always weighing stuff out. Sometimes in the morning when I'm in the rush, I just open this, dump it into the blender, blend it, out I go. In less than 2 minutes you're ready to go. Snacks also great to use, especially healthy fats. Remember, healthy fats though are double the amount of calories, so be very careful. Make sure you weigh them so that way you have an accurate amount of numbers that you're working with. These will easily outdo your calories, and then we can get into some trouble. So very simple. How do you meal prep? You see I already have one made meal here. Simply, we're going to use half a cup for this meal, half a cup of carbs. We're going to go ahead and put it on the scale. Make sure that I put it on ounces. Make sure that I hit tare, which is going to clear the scale. Put it at 0. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my 4 ounces in there of chicken for this meal. I'm going to go ahead and grab some vegetables. And vegetables, I like to call them freebies. Have as much as you like. I'm not a big vegetable fan, but I'm going to put a good amount of them in there. And that's it. It's very simple. Once again, the whole purpose of meal prepping is so that you're always prepared. If I know that I have a very busy schedule, if I know that I have the tendency to go out and eat out, which is something that we unfortunately can't control, right? When somebody cooks at a restaurant,
they're cooking for flavor, meaning if they need to put extra butter, they're going to throw extra butter in there. If they're going to throw extra oil, they're going to go ahead and throw extra oil. That is how you take a restaurant meal from having 1,200 calories to cooking the same meal at home and only being 400 calories. It's usually the fats, right? It's usually the extra butter, the extra sauce that they throw on just to make it a lot more flavorful. And once again, they're not counting calories, so they don't care if they throw an extra thing of butter or an extra thing of oil. When we're trying to lose weight or when we're trying to control our calories, we want to have control. So cooking your own meals is by far the best way to do that. And yes, I want you to throw some flavor on there. I don't want it to be super plain. So if you want to make a salsa, like a salsa verde, salsa roja, guacamole, any of that stuff is going to work. I don't necessarily like to tell people not to cut out on the spices. Add as much spice as you like, and enjoy it. Once again, the main goal for meal prepping is to make sure that we're always consistent with our food and we have control over what's in it. So I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and put them below. Thank you.